Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's the Steel here. Today we're going to be flying the G.56, which is quite possibly one of the best overall propeller-driven fighters in the game. You know, maybe excluding the Spitfire Mark 24. Now this plane doesn't have too many weaknesses. It's got a very good turning circle, it climbs good, it's fast at all altitudes. I think our main two opponents are going to be Spitfire Mark 24s and Chi-84s. According to the stat card, the Chi-84 is a little bit better turning, but is slower and doesn't climb quite as good. We got 3 MG 151s with 800 rounds, so pretty good armament, lots of ammo to spare. There's really not too many drawbacks with this plane, and I think the repair cost reflects that. Alright guys, let's get it started. Let's take this out into ARB and see what it can do. Alright, Operation Kuban. We're going to take 30 minutes of fuel because I recall this thing eating through fuel pretty quickly. Looks like we'll be facing some jets. It's not too big of a deal there though. Getting off the grass a little quicker than the P-51H behind us, but I think that'll catch up pretty quick once we're flying. Now, although the G.56 can fight at low altitudes, this definitely prefers medium to high altitudes with the engine it has. Overall, this plane is pretty versatile. You can fly it however you want. You can fly it as an energy fighter or a turn fighter, depending on what you're facing against. You know, obviously you don't want to turn fight a Spitfire or a Chi-84 or an A7M or whatever you might face along those lines. But it is pretty versatile in how you can fly it, so it fits a pretty wide range of flying styles. And this is one plane you definitely want to fly with manual engine controls because you will overheat while climbing if you don't use them. A2Ds can be pretty dangerous if they climb, but fortunately for us most times they don't. Most of the time they just want to ground pound, go blow up some bases, J out, and repeat. But if one does climb, we'll just have to turn fight it. I hear a jet coming up, I don't know if that's friendly. Okay, it's our F-80. We have an LA-9 and a P-51. LA-9's not going to do too much up here. So let's go for this P-51 here. I'm guessing it's a P-51H. Got another one up and to the right here. Looks like a Bearcat possibly, or another bomber. I think I'm sneaking up on this guy. I don't think he sees me. Okay, here we go. Hopefully my aim doesn't lose me. Good, good. At very least he's out of the fight now. We can worry to something else. Okay, he goes down. LA-9's going down. Let's get a little more speed, a little more altitude. Come back and fight this P-51.
Somebody attack him! If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win. Destroy the target.
Okay, our team's doing a pretty good job keeping up high. Looks like we pretty much won this match already. It's mostly bombers, A2Ds. We got enough guys on that F8F down there, so I'm gonna go assess with this Yak-17. Actually, this Ju-288 might be a better target. We're the only two up here to deal with them. Gonna fly ahead of him so we don't end up behind him, where his tail gunners can shred us. That looks like he's going way too fast for us to intercept him. Yeah, that's definitely not a plane you want to stay behind. We're gonna let him go land at his base. Alright, so we pretty much got this game in a bag. Now at this stage of the game, there's a couple bombers left. I believe it's just bombers. So they're gonna keep trying to bomb our base there. We can let them do that. But in the meantime, we can destroy all these attackers. Slow down our ticket bleed, because currently they are slightly ahead of us. Trying to use as little bullets as I can. just so I can get some practice in. You can see our tickets are already evening out just by us ground pounding and destroying these attackers. So we've got an enemy plane over there, that's a player for sure. Give our Tempest something cinematic to see here.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Alright, match 2, and this time we're against just America and Britain. And it looks like we're at a lower BR. Got a down tier. Alright, hopefully this match will get a little more action. I already see a couple dots, those are probably bombers, I'm guessing B-17s, or B-24s. We got some down low, that's a Hornet. Hornets are pretty hard to fight when they're up high. Very fast, but they fly like a brick, that's their main weakness. Okay, we got some AU-1 Corsairs, a Mauler, that's a B-24, Super Corsair. We should be able to outturn almost every one of these planes that I see so far. Should be about just as fast as them too, if not quicker accelerating. Not sure what this F2G is fixing to do. Looks like he's going to dive on that BF-109. Teammates like that aren't really worth helping out. He should have climbed. This AM-1's pretty tough, so I gotta be careful here. Keep an eye on this P-47. I know the AM-1 can turn pretty good, so I gotta be careful not to get too distracted here. Trying to figure out what to do here. Let's use our speed to get away from him. Bearcat. I'm not too sure about the Bearcat. I know they can turn pretty good.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
He's gonna keep spraying back there. Looks like the F2G just wants to ground pound. The AM-1 is pretty quick at low altitudes, but I know the higher we go, the slower he gets, and I also know he can't climb very well. He's gonna bite the bait and go right for it. See what he wants to do. Got a space fire over there. He's coming in quick. He's preoccupied with that TA. Slowly gaining on this AM-1. He can't keep up the speed quite like us. And this TA is going to leave the Spitfire right over to us, I bet. So we got a few more circles here we can make. And after that, it's up to... got one more circle we can make, and that's it. Count on the Spitfire to not hit us. He can't roll very good, so we're going to use that. this AM-1 is getting distracted by our TA here, so this should be a good opportunity. I think it's tough. Doing alright for the moment here. Can use some of our spraying abilities on this guy. Hope our TA gets that other guy.
Destroy the target. Keep it up. The victory will be ours.
F2G shouldn't be too hard to outturn. I'm just worried about my ammo now. But we had to get that Spitfire out as quick as we could. I don't want to use combat flaps because that's going to bleed a little too much speed. This guy's just going to run away. So with that, I think I'm going to return to base and cover the TA. So we did struggle in our turn fights a little bit. We just had a slight edge over them at low altitudes. At high altitudes, this thing definitely does turn better than the competition, but down here, it struggles a little bit. You really have to manage your speed and watch it carefully. We are in a good position tickets-wise. Guy's salty about 50 kills. But as long as we can keep our TA alive for a little while, we should do pretty good. This F2G indeed will be coming towards us. Our TA is not going to be in any position to fight him for a while. So our options now are either to stall for the ticket bleed, or turn back and fight. Start picking up speed. It looks like he's alone, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. He's climbing at a pretty steep angle, so he's not going to be going very fast either. So let's hit the web climb up a little bit. He thinks he's got an advantage right now, but he doesn't. Gotta be wise about our ammunition here. Looks like he's just gonna throw his plane away. If he climbs back up, there's nothing he's gonna be able to do. Diving into that thick air, even though he picked up speed, he lost a lot of his total energy because of all the extra drag down there. And then he's climbing back up. Gonna go into a shallow dive, make him real. Oh, what is he doing? I have no idea what he's doing right now. So I couldn't go get the kill on him. I think the tickets are gonna bleed out right here. But we can scare him a little bit. He thinks I'm gonna overshoot. Funny. Oh, that was a pretty good game. Not bad. G.56, still a really good plane. You know, at low altitudes it doesn't quite have the turning abilities that it did in previous patches. But overall, this is still, I would say, one of the best fighters in the game. There's not really many planes that I feel worried about meeting in this. Oh, so overall thoughts. If you're thinking of going down the Italian tree, this is a really good plane. get a talisman on it, you can grind through the jets really quick. I personally got the G.55, grinded up to the F-84, put a talisman on the F-84, and then grinded out the rest of the tree. And for anyone curious, the F-104S is pretty fun, but it needs something better than the AIM-9Bs that it currently has to be competitive at top tier. But anyways, back to the G.56. Good cannons, good turn performance, good medium and high altitude performance. The low altitude performance is reasonable enough that you can work with it against most planes. You can outturn a good portion of what you're facing, except for strict turn fighters, obviously. And for those, you can out-energy fight them, and you generally have better top speed and acceleration. So overall, I would highly recommend you get this plane. I'm just going to go out on a whim and say that besides the Spitfire Mark 24, this is the best propeller plane in the game. The only problem is that 30,000 silver line repair cost. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.